So hey guys, before beginning, let me just quickly clear some of the myths that are associated with installing Kali Linux with your Windows. So first of all, will Windows get deleted? It might if you don't follow the correct steps. Is dual boot faster than virtualization? Obviously it is, as Linux will use complete hardware of your system. VirtualBox is like renting a room, while dual booting is like owning the entire house. And lastly, is dual boot safe? So yes, it is completely safe and plenty of users do it worldwide. So just comment down below, would you actually dual boot your Windows and Kali Linux? Or do you think it is a risky option? Let me know down below. I reply to each and every comment personally. So hey guys, my name is Harsh and on this channel I regularly upload tech videos. So in this video we're gonna see how you can install Kali Linux on your laptop and dual boot it with your Windows at the same time. But guys, one small mistake can ruin your entire Windows, so be careful. But obviously if you follow the steps which I show you in the video, everything will be safe. So I personally don't like using virtual machine in my laptop. That is why in this video we're gonna install it on our entire hard drive. So guys, for this you'll need a pen drive. I'm using a 64 GB SanDisk pen drive for this. So basically the pen drive is just to install the operating system. So guys, for this you need to download this Roofer software, and obviously you need the ISO image of Kali Linux. I'll provide the links in the description for both of these software. So guys, we'll just click on download and we'll just install this installer images. We'll just click on recommend, and guys, from here we'll install this installer. You can use torrent or directly download the file. Guys, I have already downloaded it, that is why I'm not downloading it again. And obviously you'll need this Rufus file. This Rufus is also a very lightweight software. It is used to make your pen drive bootable. So I'll just insert my pen drive inside it. Under device you'll get the name of your pen drive. So I've already installed Kali Linux in it, but I'll install it again just to show it to you guys. And guys, after this you need to head over to this button and you need to select the ISO image. So this is the same file which we just downloaded. This is this file, Kali Linux file. We'll not do anything with the other things. So I'll just click on start. And yes, I'll just click on yes, and yes, I know it will erase all my data. So we'll just let it happen. It will hardly take around 5-10 minutes. Till then guys, if you want to install it on an external hard drive, then it is fine. But if you want to install it into your internal hard disk, what you need to do, you need to go on to this manage and you need to shrink some of your volume. So for instance, this volume has 100 GB free of data. So I'll just go here into disk management and I'll just click on this volume. I'll right click on it and I'll just click on shrink volume. So currently this drive is of 300 GB and I'll make it of 200 GB so that I get an additional 100 GB data free, unallocated. So let's say I want a 200 GB file, a 200 GB disk. 200 GB into 1024 is 2408, obviously. Anyway, so I'll just type in 204800 MBs. So this will basically shrink my local disk D and give me an additional 100 GB free of data. So I've already shrinked one of my volume, and as you can see, currently I have 47.88 GBs of free of data. So guys, that is why I'm not shrinking this volume. I'm just giving you an example what you need to do. So now you need to head over to this, you need to type in this msconfig command. Guys, as we'll be changing some system files, that is why you need to do this. And guys, you need to click on this boot after going into this obviously msconfig, and you need to click on boot option, safe mode, and you need to click on minimal, and we'll just click on apply and we'll just click on OK. Okay, we'll restart it later. So we did this because we'll be changing the controller mode from RST to AHCI. AHCI will allow Linux to read our hard disk. If we don't change that controller mode, I'll just show you in a second, then the Linux will not recognize our internal hard drive. Anyway, let's just wait for it to get complete. So okay, now that it is complete, so I'll just shut down my computer and I'll just open the BIOS menu of my computer. So for this is my Lenovo laptop. I need to press this F2 key in order to get into BIOS menu. So different manufacturer may give different option for BIOS, but usually it's F2. So I'll just power it on and I'll just keep tapping onto this F2 key, and this will lead me to my BIOS manager. So inside here you need to go on to security, and first of all you need to turn off this secure boot. By default it is enabled. And this second thing, you need to go on to this storage or controller mode something like this will pop up onto your BIOS menu. You'll just click on it, and you need, by default it is usually on RST mode, and you'll get this warning: all settings, all existing data stored on drives will be erased when resetting controller mode. So guys, you just need to click on yes, and this is why we did that safe mode setup in our Windows. So now we'll boot into our Windows in safe mode, and that Windows will install all these AHCI drivers, so that the next time after installing Linux, when we boot into our Windows, it uses the AHCI drivers. So I'll just click on AHCI mode, and again guys, like I told you, we'll get this error. We'll just click on proceed, and now we'll just exit save changing. Yes, we'll exit, and now we'll restart our Windows device. So we'll just wait. We'll boot into our Windows only, and it will show some error like some file is going wrong or preparing recovery, something like this will pop up. Let's see if it will come or not. So I instantly got into my Windows, but in your case it may come like repairing system file, something like that. And if it is repairing, just let it do what it wants to do. If not, it is well and good. Also, just try booting directly into Windows without performing any system recovery. Anyway, now we'll just go on to MS config, system configuration, and now we'll just turn off this safe mode. So I'll just click on exit without restarting, and I'll just shut it down. And now we'll install our Kali Linux inside this laptop. So I'll just click on power mode, and I'll just keep on pressing F10 and F12. Alright guys, so this is Linpus Lite iExpand is the name of my pen drive. I'll just click on it, and the Kali Linux setup will start. So we'll just click on graphical install, and it is recommended that you insert an Ethernet cable right here on this step. So guys, here we'll just select the language and our country. So currently I'm in India. I'll just select this. American English is my keyboard. Yes. So as I was screen recording, it has extended my screen. Half of my display is coming here. So as you can see, half of my display is coming there. Anyway guys, we'll just select our Wi-Fi name here. So mine is Harshom 5G, and I'll just type in my password. And I've tried it multiple times. My Wi-Fi doesn't get connected to this. I really have no idea why. Once I'm inside this Kali Linux, then I can definitely connect it. But from the setup, it doesn't happen. I'll just click on do not configure network this time, and we'll enter our host name, which is Kali, and then I'll enter my username, which I want it to be Harsh. Here we'll enter our password, and I'll just click on enter. It is configuring the clock now. And guys, here on the disk partition, you need to click on use the largest continuous free space. This will detect that same unallocated space which we unallocated earlier in our Windows. We'll just click on all files in one system, recommended for new users. And guys, if you didn't do that AHCI and RST process correctly, then your internal drives won't show up here. You'll only get this drive, which is your USB. So guys, as I did everything correctly, this is why it is showing here. So I'll just click on finish partition disk. And guys, it is saying that it will reformat two of my drives, which was obviously that unallocated space. So I'll just click on yes, I want to write changes. And guys, now it is installing the system. So here it will ask us to do install the utility softwares. So as we don't have any internet connection right now on this laptop, so this is why I will just remove these two things, which will obviously not be downloaded, and I'll just click on continue.
A few moments later.
So now I'll just click on continue, and this will restart my computer. So as you can see, now inside this bootloader, I am getting Kali Linux as well as my Windows boot manager. So I'll just boot into Kali Linux for the first time, and after booting into this, I'll show you booting into my Windows. Okay. And as you can see, I need to enter my user ID, which was Harsh, and my password. And just like that, I am inside my Kali Linux, and I can use all these softwares right here. Due to some reason, my keypad works, but the touch on my Lenovo laptop doesn't work. So we'll fix it in the next video. But for now, as you can see, I can use all the files here. So just let me know comments down below if you want making me another video in which I'll show you the 10 most useful tools inside this Kali Linux. Anyway guys, I'll just shut it down, and now I'll just show you booting into my Windows back again. You can use the Kali Linux bootloader, or you can just press F2 and boot into the Windows bootloader as well. So I'll not do anything. I'll just use the Kali Linux bootloader. I'll just go on to my Windows boot manager, and I'll just click on next. And guys, now I'll be booted inside my Windows system. So we'll just wait. And as you can see, I am currently inside my Windows, and my Windows machine is booting. So basically guys, I don't think it was a very difficult or a complicated process. You just need to keep in mind that safe boot thing and that RST to AHCI change. So I think that was only the tricky part. Rest is everything is fine, very straightforward. Let me know in the comments down below if you get any error while performing the installation. And basically my PC's battery is also running low now. Anyway guys, if you have made it till the end and if you have made it to this part, just drop a like. Like I told in the beginning, I personally reply to each and every comment, and basically that is pretty much it. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.